Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1. Now we talk about is higher education a necessary prerequisite for individuals' financial success in the future. But before that, let me introduce our group members. Myself, Anisa Salsabilla as Speaker 1.
I am Adistya Khairunnisa as Speaker 2.
I'm Asyifa Shafira as Speaker 3.
We are the affirmative group, strongly support the statement which states the higher education a necessary prerequisite for an individual's financial success in the future. Education can be used as a tool to improve the quality of human life. The higher the education, the higher the social status. Education is the learning of knowledge, skills, and habits of the people that are passed down from one generation to the next through teaching, training, or research. Education is one of our efforts to overcome the ignorance and poverty that occurs in our country, namely Indonesia. What we all know that if someone in school, that person already knows various things that exist in this world. Every individual is born with a certain set of traits, talents, imagination, and creativity. But all this together is no use if they are not guided by the proper education, can receive by going to school, college, and universities. Because these places provide us with the latest knowledge, which help us to compete the highly competitive in this world. Education has a huge impact on the influence of future development, not only for oneself, but also for nation and Republic of Indonesia. Education is formal, non-formal, and informal. As for example, this is formal, like elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, university. And non-formal education, namely by taking course or tutoring and so on. No matter how we take the education, as long as we are serious about it, it will have a big impact on the future of ourselves and others. So that with education, people will be able to organize their future wisely and be able to think more critically in solving problems that occurs in their life. It is undeniable that to be successful, hard work is must, but without education, it will not produce a result. Education makes people more aware not only of the world, but also of themselves. And when you know your strengths, you can easily take the right path to a successful. That's all for me. Next, Adistya Khairunnisa as a Speaker 2.
Thank you, Anisa, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Okay, there is an adage that says, if you give someone a fish and you feed him for a day, teach someone to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. As the adage goes, education is our investment to fight hard against the future. Without education, the technology that exists today will not develop, because all the technological advances that exist today have high basic education. Studies have shown that people who have higher levels of education tend to earn about 25% more than those without the education. People with professional degrees usually have deeper knowledge about their field, plus the experience garnered during their studies. This makes them more qualified to attain a higher position. Examples of successful people due to higher education include: first, Erick Thohir. The successful entrepreneur in the entertainment sector is the founder of Mahaka Group. Previously, Erick Thohir also studied abroad at Glendale University and the master program at California National University. Next, there is Ferry Yunardi. This Traveloka founder is a successful entrepreneur who graduated from abroad. Ferry Yunardi is known to have studied abroad at Purdue University with a major in computer science and engineering. Next, Jason Lamuda. Jason Lamuda started his career at McKinsey & Company in August 2008. It didn't stop there. The application of his knowledge while studying abroad made him continue to struggle until he launched Beribenka. It's known that Jason is an alumni of Columbia University with a financial engineering program. Next, Nadiem Makarim. Nadiem Makarim is the founder of Gojek and a reliable entrepreneur in the startup field. The experience in doing business is an application of the knowledge that he got while he studying abroad. And he is a graduate of Brown University, United States. And the last is Sandiaga Uno. One of the nation's political figures is also a successful businessman. It's known that previously Sandiaga Uno studied abroad, to be precise, as a graduate of Wichita State University and George Washington University. Based on the source that I read, namely ugm.ac.id, regarding success achieved through education, the statistics show that as many as 80% of people succeed through education. The rest, 20% or even 10%, are like Bill Gates, who didn't pass the bachelor degree but were successful. But still, not many of them. Because in fact, there are people who don't get an education who can be successful. But that only happens 1 in 1,000. It would be nice if all of us could get an appropriate education for the future. Not everyone who is not highly educated has the determination and courage like a Bill Gates. Precisely, in this day and age, we can see that people who are not highly educated are lazy and don't have the innovation and creativity that can be developed in achieving success. This is all from me as speaker 2. Next, Asyifa Shafira as speaker 3.
Thank you, Adistya Khairunnisa, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Okay, based on what was explained by speakers 1 and 2, we believe that higher education is needed nowadays, especially in this modern era. Not a few people only see someone from their educational level, including ourselves. Even worse when someone only graduated from high school or junior high school, they are belittled at his workplace. Whereas someone who is already senior to higher education, they will get appreciation and will rise their degree in the eyes of the community. From this, we can see that higher education has an important meaning in social inequality in people's lives. Higher education encourages us to innovate and be skilled in technology, as well as to become a graduate who have quality competitiveness. By taking a higher education will also give us the opportunity to broaden our horizon, open minds, and expand networks. Someone who is educated, of course, will have a great chance of getting a quality job, because at this time, large companies and other large institutions need someone who is highly educated, has extensive insight and experience. This is, of course, will be very influential in financial success someone in the future. We have seen a lot of real success with someone with higher education. For example, such as the founder of Shopee, Gojek, Tokopedia, Lazada, Grab, and many others. They are people who have determination and work hard in their education that makes them successful, knowledgeable, and well-known people. Higher education will be very useful for us in the future. There are many advantages that we can get if we have higher education. Everyone can get higher education if they want to try and have a strong determination. And now there is no reason for us not to be able to take higher education because everything has been made easier by the government. Therefore, I once again emphasize that we support that statement which states that higher education is necessary prerequisite for a person's future financial success. Okay, that's all presentation from group 1. As a group that support that higher education is necessary prerequisite for a person's future financial success. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry for all our mistake. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.